Well, in this question, we're going to look at method of differences. In part A, we need to use partial fractions to show that this left-hand side is identical to the right-hand side. And then for part B, we need to use what we have here to evaluate the summation between r equals 5 to n. So if we begin with question A, using partial fractions with this, we'll multiply both sides by the n squared and the n plus 1 squared. You can see neither n squareds will cancel, and so will the n plus 1 squareds. So on the left-hand side, we're left with 2n plus 1, identical. On the right-hand side, this division and this multiplication will cancel. So we've got a multiplied by n plus 1 squared. And then this n plus 1 squared will cancel with this one, so we're left with plus bn squared. Now we'll expand out this quadratic. So 2n plus 1 will be identical to a. We'll have n squared plus 2n plus 1 plus bn squared. Now to work out the values of a and b, we can compare the terms. You can see we have 0 n squareds on this left-hand side. So 0 n squared will be equal to the n squareds on the right-hand side. So we've got a n squared here, and we've got a bn squared there. If we divide throughout by n squared, then therefore 0 will equal a plus b. We can also compare the constant terms. This positive 1 will be equal to the constant terms on the right-hand side, which is a times 1, so just a. And you can see there's no constant terms with this b term, so 1 must equal a. If 1 equals a, we can substitute that into here. So that tells you that b must equal negative 1. If we go back to the question, we can see that the a is positive 1, and this will be negative 1 for b. So we'll have 1 over n squared minus 1 over n plus 1 squared. Okay, so that's part A. For part B, we need to evaluate this summation. Now we can see that the n has been replaced with the r. You can see this on the denominator as well. So we can rewrite this using these fractions. This summation we could write as the summation between r equals 5 to n of 1 over r squared minus 1 over r plus 1 squared. And now to evaluate this, we can expand out these brackets. So we've got the summation between r equals 5 to n of 1 over r squared minus the same limits of 1 over r plus 1 squared. Now we can break this down using a table. So we've got our r, we've got 1 over r squared, and we've got minus 1 over r plus 1 squared. And we're starting when r equals 5. So when r does equal 5, we'll have 1 over 5 squared minus 1 over 5 plus 1 squared. We'll have r equals 6, 1 over 6 squared minus 1 over 7 squared. And then we'll have the penultimate term, n minus 1, so 1 over n minus 1 squared minus 1 over n minus 1 plus 1, 1 over n squared. Then we'll have a final term, which will give us 1 over n squared minus 1 over n plus 1 squared. And now you can see that the 1 over 6 squared will cancel with this one. The 1 over 7 squared would cancel with this one. And all the other terms would cancel. The 1 over n minus 1 squared would be the one before this one. And the 1 over n squared would cancel as well. So what we're left with is this positive term and this negative term. So we just need to add these together. We've got 1 over 5 squared minus 1 over n plus 1 squared. And we need a common denominator. So n plus 1 squared over 25 times n plus 1 squared minus 25 over that same denominator. We'll expand out this bracket. So n squared plus 2n plus 1 minus that 25 over that denominator. We'll tidy up our numerator, and we've got n squared plus 2n minus 24 over 25 times n plus 1 squared. Okay, we go back to the question. We can see that the a is 2, b is negative 24, and c is positive 25.